Hey y'all, welcome back to Trees Talks. So y'all seen the title and y'all seen the thumbnail, so I'm guessing y'all already seen the episode. So let's get into it because you know I got some things to say. Now, let's talk about Aisha and Mikhail. Okay, now in the other episodes, the jury was out as to whether or not Aisha was legit scripted or just a blonde. And baby, this episode told me everything I needed to know. And I genuinely think she is just an airhead. And I don't mean to sound disrespectful because she is my elder. But what I will say is that she is coming off very, very naive when it comes to the criminal system. And I understand that you may not have ever dealt with anybody in the prison system. However, your daughter's a hall correction officer. So if for no other reason than that, you should know a little bit of something about how the jail works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should know at the very least that you need to make an appointment to visit somebody. You should know at the very least that if you're dealing with an inmate, you trust, I don't even want to say half, you trust 20% of what they tell you, and you freaking figure out the rest on your own by research. And the fact that she's like, I was going to the jail to get more information about Mikhail. Girl, the jail ain't just gonna be like, well, this is his record, and they not gonna tell you that, especially if you don't have no, if you're not married to him or anything. That's why you do your own due diligence, and then you compare that to what he tells you, and then you come to a educated decision as to whether or not you want to move forward. She's just naturally naive. Naturally naive and gullible. And when I tell you Michael got him one, or I'm going to call him Michael because Granny said that's his name. Michael saw her coming. Like, he got her one. He got him one. It sounds like he fed her a dream like most prisoners do. And she ate it up. Not because it was believable, because it aligned with her fairy tale in her head. And now it seems like, oh, okay, maybe I should be getting more information. Maybe I should start digging. You think? Like, girl, then they went up to that freaking farm, and that granny said, I'm not walking up there, but y'all can go right ahead. I'll stay right here. I know that's right, cause this don't concern me. I know what the damn land look like. Child, I'm dead. But my thing is, how the hell long did it take for them to get up that hill? Because why did I just think of the Jeffersons? But how long did it take them to get up there? Because when they went up there, it was light. And the next scene, it's dark outside. Like, what is going on? But when they went into that freaking house, baby, you can't tell me that house wasn't raided. Like, it looked like he got caught off guard and was taken to prison. And that should tell you everything you need to know right there. Then possible bullet holes, like just a whole bunch of mess. But then on the flip side, you couldn't have thought it was gonna be all nice and put together. Look how long he already been away before y'all even met. So girl, put your thinking cap on. Like, let's think about this logically, because clearly you are not. And her friend, bless her heart, because baby, she is really, really trying to be supportive without making her friends feel stupid. I really feel that. But in this situation, you gonna have to give her some hard love. You gonna have to shake her and smack her into reality, because baby, this is not the fairy tale that you think that it is. And I don't know, y'all. If you are able to get into somebody's house, like if a person gives you access to their house but they're not home, ain't it still illegal for you to take mail that's not yours? Is that not an offense? I'm confused. And if it is still a federal offense, why are y'all filming it? This again is why people think this show is scripted, but I digress. So yeah, girl, I'm interested to see how the rest of the season plays out, because Granny was like, yeah, he got life. Like, Granny is spilling the beans, and the craziest part is, did y'all see in the beginning when she first met Granny how she glossed over? Aisha was like, yeah, he's told me so much about you. Granny ain't say, oh, he's told me so. No, because they don't know about you, boo. It's crazy because Granny is like, the things that are coming out of her mouth are very matter of fact. Like, girl, you don't already know this, because everybody is looking at you like, girl, why, if he didn't tell you specifically, then why didn't you do your own due diligence? And even if he did tell you whatever story he wanted to tell you, you should have been fact checking on your own. Like, it is your responsibility to know who the fuck you dealing with, especially when you have children, regardless of how old the child is, or even more importantly, when you have things to lose. When you, like, come on, bro. Like, Miss Aisha, please do better. Now, before we move on to the next couple, I do want to acknowledge the fact that we all were right that Michael does have life in prison. However, I will say that I was not expecting the reason for him having life to be due to the 3-strike rule that a lot of states no longer enforce, but he is in the South, so I can't be too surprised about it. But when his, I was about to say grandmother, when his aunt said that he didn't deserve life because he's not a hardened prisoner, I completely felt that. And not because she's his loved one and I expected her to say it, but because I truly believe that. Like, I feel like I'm a pretty good reader character, and I just don't see hardened criminal from Michael. He doesn't strike me as a sociopath, or any of that. So I don't know his charges, but I just don't think that whatever he did, would be enough to land him in prison for the rest of his life. Like, I could not imagine. But what killed me was Aisha talking about well, I believe Michael is lying to me because he knows if I know the truth, then I'm going to leave him. Ding, ding, chicken fucking wing. Girl, do you not understand that is the whole thing with prisoners and why they don't be as forthcoming as they probably should? They need you. They need somebody to continuously float money to their books and to talk to occasionally. Like, girl, get a freaking clue already. It's like that light bulb, it's coming on, but it's flickering. Now, Rich and Felicia. First of all, I feel a way about Rich consulting that lady. But I digress. To each his own. But what killed me is the lady didn't say anything that was pertinent, at least not on camera, that would make me a believer. Like, the shit that she said was so basic and generic, I would have took it with a grain of salt. However, I think it just confirmed what he already felt, and that's why it hit him so hard. And that's why using your intuition and discernment is so essential in moving and navigating through life. Because if you feel it in your gut, 9 times out of 10, you should probably go with that feeling. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. So I feel like clearly you already having second thoughts and doubts and questions because you consulting with that lady. And I feel terrible for him because it's like, she not serious. You can tell just by her demeanor she's a goofy. And he's more grounded, calm. He seems like he is ready to like settle down. And she sees that. She sees that she got her one. But I don't think it will last if she gets out and they do get together, because it's like you two, she's still in the world, if that makes sense. And he kind of like, no, I'm, you know what I'm saying? He's more grounded. So yeah. But I feel sorry for him because it's like, he really fucks with her, but she clearly, not to say that she not checking for him, but not in that way. And that's unfortunate. I just hope she don't get out and he marry this girl, because clearly that's his thing. Like, I don't know what it is with him feeling like he got to marry a girl. Like, sir, I promise you, it is okay for you all to just date for a while. It'll save you a lot of time and paperwork at the very least. But I really hope that she tells him about her ex, because clearly that's some unfinished business, and it's nothing worse than going into a situation blindly. And this is how a lot of people can lose their lives, because people are not forthcoming with that information. Like, this man, her ex, is clearly a criminal, and she already said he don't play about her. So either she needs to tell him it's a wrap, I'm moving on, blase, blase. Not that that's going to do anything, because some people don't know how to say no for an answer or let shit go. But if she don't tell him what it is, she definitely needs to tell Rich what it is, so he can be prepared if he's, and decide whether or not he want to pursue going forward. Because at the end of the day, like, y'all could be together. She can come out, y'all can, you know, excuse me, be together and really enjoying each other's company and really trying to do the damn thing. And then her ex get out 2 months later, pop up at whatever location they may be at, and boom, Rich is unalive based off the fact that that man either just couldn't accept no for an answer, or thought he was the only one, or thought he still had a chance because she wasn't clear. Like, it's so many different ways that could play out. So for Rich's sake, I hope that she keeps it 100 with both of these men, to be quite honest. But something about her tells me that she gonna string both of them along, because number one, she's a goofy, and number two, you know, it's a lot of chicks that just like the thrill of having two men fight over me. Like, girl, grow the fuck up and be so fucking for real. But not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but I've seen it happen enough to know that it's a possibility. So again, for Rich's sake, I hope it don't play out like that. All right, now let's get into Diamond, Bonita, and Mr. Mumu. First of all, I don't really care for Bonita. When I initially seen her, I like her hustle. However, her mentality, in my opinion, she lacks a lot mentally. But anywho, the fact that not only did you lose your engagement ring, but you trying to replace it with a fake, cheaper ring is blowing me, because this mofo is in jail. Like, what the fuck does it matter? But on the flip side, the fact that you lost it, in my opinion, is screaming like, that's a sign, girl, you lost it. Maybe you should be losing him. Because why? I understand y'all got kids together, but why? Why, girl? Why? Like, clearly you got a lot going for yourself. You're a beautiful girl. What in the world? And then, I don't know, but she strikes me as the type that probably got the original ring appraised. Because I was going to say, how we even know how much it was worth for you to be going through all that? But I digress. But I'm not, if I lost my ring, I lost my ring. I don't give a fuck if I'm only paying $50 for the replacement ring. It does not matter. I'm not buying my engagement ring. I'm going to tell this man who is behind bars, who cannot do anything at this moment, that, hey, babe, I lost my ring. It is what it is. Like, respond how you want to respond, because that's going to tell me everything I need to know anyway. But for her to be going to this shop, going through all these, like, hoops just because, then you gonna say, when he get out, I'll tell him and convince him to give me a whole nother ring. Like, I'm sorry. Now, I know he said that he got a lot going on the outside legally, which leads me to believe that it's not legally, but for the fact that he's still already in prison and has the possibility of getting out. He's not going to incriminate himself even more. But how legal is your businesses doing that you locked up? But I digress. Whatever. But she like, oh, I'm just going to convince him to give me a bigger rent. Girl, do you know who you dealing with? Like when, you know what? I don't know that man's situation. He could have a whole freaking storage room full of money waiting on him. So let me be quiet on that regard. Excuse me. But then we got Miss Diamond. I like Miss Diamond. I don't like the situation she's in. Excuse me. Because she seems to have a sweet soul. But if she wants to be foolish, hey, have at it. But the fact that this man didn't tell you, or excuse me, he told you that he told his BMs that he was dealing with somebody casually. Like he told them casually because they asked. But he didn't like double down on it. Should tell you everything you need to know about how he feels about you and who he is as a man. This man is leaving his options open. Like he casually saying, oh yeah, I got a girl. But you know what I'm saying? Like you're not double downing on it. You're not making it known. Like you're not saying it with your chest. You're not making the girl that you claim to want to be with feel secure. And if my man can't make me feel secure and give me reassurance, then what the heck are we doing? But he already said that he was in love with both of them. But then on the flip side, you talking about you don't want your stuff at her house, at Benita's house. Why? Like, why? And then why you gonna throw your mama in it who messy too? But I already told y'all my 2 cents about how I feel about his mama. But why you gonna throw your see, these boy moms, I promise you. But why you gonna throw your mama in it to handle your business? Like, you should. You know why? Because you really don't want to get your stuff. You really don't. Because you know if you wait till you get out, then you probably not going to get your stuff and move on. You probably going to end up back at her house. But why you don't want your stuff or your stuff at her house makes me think that y'all have toxicity and you don't trust that she'll keep your things safe. And that's probably got a lot to do with why he ain't doubling down on the fact that he with Diamond. Because he know that if he really said with his chest to Bonita, knowing that he didn't propose to how you gonna ask for somebody to come and get your shit from your fiance house and you ain't told her that y'all no longer engaged? Like, these mofos behind bars be messy boots. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out. I hope Diamond chucks the deuces to old boy because she already got a lot going on with her baby daddies and her situation. So for you to include another character in his baggage, baby, and you too young. Like, no, you got a lot going for yourself. Like, cut your losses. Like, it's not worth it. Listen to your father. He is not worth the drama. I promise you. Talking about I'm praying for the best, but I'm prepared for the worst. That's not how you lead a relationship. Praying for the best, but anticipating the worst. Like, girl, yeah, it's a dead ass no for me. Like, girl. Let's get into Justin and Emily. Don't like Liz. She's super annoying. She is the typical toxic ex that you just, as a present girlfriend, you do not want your partner to have an ex like her. Because she seemed like she just cannot get over them being done. Like, girl, he blocked you. Let it go. Get over it. Like, y'all had what y'all had, and then she putting 20 on 10 like they had such a long history. Bitch, it was 2 years. 2 years, and the fact that you and Emily used to be friends screams that you don't, like, you have no moral compass. Like, you are clearly just, And then Brittany, I don't know what's going on with her, because at the end of the day, it's like she gives, I like to stir the pot and watch how it plays out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care for her either. But on the flip side, y'all, and I know Justin ain't shit either, but I low-key feel sorry for him, because it's like, when you in prison, all you have is time to think, to overthink, to overanalyze, and all that. So naturally, you're going to think about what your partner is doing while they on the outside. But for you to absolutely know without a shadow of a doubt that your partner is getting knocked, like, come on, bruh. Like, she getting it cracking. Like, that's a lot for a man to handle. And he can't do shit about it, bruh. I'm sorry. But, Emily, I don't know if it's a requirement for this show for you to be a neglectful parent. But to know that you have a child, that she got her baby with her mother. Like, girl, why you running across the country trying to sell your coochie, basically, to fund this mofo in prison is killing me. Now, yeah, she says that, she only does it because it maintains her lifestyle, blase, blase. And a lot of people that's in that industry do that. Say that. So I understand it to that extent, but that should have nothing to do with you being a present parent. And not to say that she isn't. I'm only basing it off of what I'm seeing on the show. But that does not have anything to do with you being a present parent. And then she crying because Liz sent her a text talking about he's only using her, Justin is only using her, and she's just a placeholder, blase, blase. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't see any lies told, because, yeah, he is just using you. But if you want to be certain, cut him off. Cut his supply off and see what happens. And you'll find out soon enough whether or not you're being used. And then she's like, well, in the beginning, he didn't really ask me for money. Well, he ain't going to come right out and say it. He got to wing you in. He got to build you up. And then, on top of that, I think he was still intertwined with Liz. So he didn't know how far him and Emily was going to go. And then I don't think he really knew how much she was really making. But yeah, of course, he's not going to ask you right off the bat. For the money. Then, on top of that, Liz and Brittany is trying to convince Justin that Emily is not the one. First of all, I ain't gonna hold you. Justin, even though he ain't shit, is speaking facts. Like, first of all, he doesn't have to make this decision right away. Second of all, neither one of y'all hoes have room to talk. Y'all are clearly just basing it off of what Emily does for a living and what y'all seem to think of Justin. But at the end of the day, he is a grown-ass man, and that is his decision to make. If he feel like he can handle her being in that industry, then so be it. Let him fucking do it. Or who's to say that once he's released, that she won't be in that industry no more, which I think is what's going to happen if they even continue. Or she might stop before he gets out. Who knows? But for y'all to be trying to get him to make this decision, like, within that little 10-15 minute phone call is ridiculous. And then for Brittany to fucking feed Liz that delusional ass lie talking about he does love you. I just don't know why he can't say it. Him loving her and wanting to be with her is two fucking different things. And you enabling their relationship to continue knowing that it was toxic shows me that you a piss poor friend. Like, you think you doing him a favor by telling him not to deal with Emily. Well, you doing him a bigger disservice by telling him not to fucking deal with, or by telling him to deal with Liz, because at least with Emily, they talking about y'all already arguing. Them having a dispute, debate, and y'all don't even know the context of what the hell went on. Like, but toxicity and argument here and there, like, come on, bro. There's a big difference. And then on top of that, y'all, based on the fact that Emily is in the sex industry as the whole premise as to why him and her and Justin shouldn't be together. Talking about how Justin is basically territorial. Yes, most men are. But again, that is not y'all decision to make. Both of y'all need to sit y'all washed up asses down somewhere and let that grown man do what the fuck he want to do. Is it me? Or do y'all agree that Kayla intentionally put her mom and Michael's mom in a room together for Michael's mom to say everything to Kayla's mom that she wanted to say for so long? Because the smirk on her face throughout that whole interaction, and then at the end she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't think this was going to happen. Child, you knew exactly what was going to happen, because Michael's mom definitely comes off as very, like, straightforward. And clearly, Kayla's mom is not biting her tongue. So you already knew those two personalities were going to clash. And I think Kayla just was ready to sit back and let that shit unfold. I ain't mad at her though, because how dare you, mom, try to down my man's mom for being there for me. Like, clearly you feel a way about her relationship with me. But that's your own fault, because you was a piss poor mother. So now that you home and you quote unquote got your life together, now you want to make up for lost times. Well, I'm not over the shit. I'm still suffering for the shit that you did when I was a kid. And now that you over it, I'm supposed to be over it too. No, it don't work that way. And the fact that you feel like you are superior to Michael's mom because you're helping him, or you helping Kayla support him financially, girl, that's the least you could fucking do. Like, you wasn't there when you were supposed to be there to support your own child. So this is you making up for lost times, apparently. But I'm so glad Kayla said something to her mother like, well, I am struggling financially. Like, this girl is a CNA, and I know CNAs are not getting paid that much. So for her to have spent a salary's worth of money on this man, I'm with his mother. Like, girl, do you know how to say no? Like, and absolutely, like, you can love your kid but not enable their bad behavior. So the fact that she's not sending him money, but at least she's visiting, like, Kayla's mom is the epitome of a bitch who got the audacity. Like, girl, and like Michael's mom said, says a felon. Like, you can't sit up here and tell me nothing, because you a fucking felon too. So of course you on his side, because y'all have that in common. Like, girl, sit the fuck down. Because as soon as Michael's mom threw that drink at her, Kayla mama couldn't get out of there quick enough. But you was all talking big and bad, talking about, text her right now, we can meet up with her. But as soon as she get hot, where she go? It's scripted, but Kayla scripted this shit. She set this shit up. Like, girl, I'm not mad at her. Alright, y'all. Well, that's all I got for y'all today. I want to thank y'all so much for stopping by Trees Talks, especially if y'all made it to the end. So let me know what y'all thoughts are about this episode of Love During Lockup. Who do y'all think is the most delusional of this batch this season? If I had to guess, I'm guessing that majority of people are leaning towards Aisha as being the most delusional. But I could be wrong, so let me know your pick. Obviously, that's my pick. However, the stories are still unfolding, so that might change. She might become the wisest of them all by the end of the season. Who knows? But yeah, so for more commentary like this, please consider subscribing to my channel. Like the video if you haven't already. And of course, until the next time, y'all be safe.